Good afternoon, everybody. Another inspiration on my video today on a good topic. I'm going to be releasing more and more now that we've got this awesome camera set up. So we're having fun with it, so be prepared, they're coming. Anyway, the topic of the day is a really powerful one for this day and age. Hard work. Now, redefining it, and what does hard work really mean? And on a deeper level, what does value really mean in energy? Right? Because from birth, a lot of us, very understandably, are bombarded with the notion that we've got to grind endlessly into the dirt, sacrifice our health, happiness, and freedom to just work some job that really doesn't serve our soul, that really doesn't resonate with our heart. This just, to pay rent, get back to work, don't question your emotions or anything like that. And it's just the reality of life. That's the way it is. Now I'm here to tell you that that's absolute bull, because I'm learning in my own life, my own experience, that that is definitely not the case. I am now enjoying my life, feeling a lot more fulfilled, feeling like $1 million, doing something that I love to do. And there's a key missing link that I've discovered that I didn't discover in the past when I was struggling, doing a job that really didn't serve me, just working for somebody else doing grunt work, and then having to come home and numb my emotions or just not feel fulfilled at the end of the day, just to be like everybody else, follow the Jones. But hard work, the universe doesn't really have a definition for hard. You do that, or we do that. We created that at some level. We create our own reality, and we create our own definitions and belief systems and associations to what things like work should entail. So I'm here to tell you that actually we can take a step back now and redefine that. Now what the universe at large, God, whatever you want to call it, source energy, pure energy, the universe really cares, the high self, is value and value systems, creating value. Something usable by somebody else that can create value in their life. Now it's not up to us to judge whether something's good or bad. It's just whether it's a valuable tool for somebody. So now, of course, the universe takes into consideration when it comes to the laws of karma, the laws of give and exchange, and the laws of energy, because even by physics, we already know that every action echoes into eternity, and there's a reaction. With every action, there's a reaction, etc. So basically, our actions they're going to have some kind of return, some kind of a value, right? Now, the problem with us is sometimes we're very limited to what we consider value, and people only have this association in their brain that value means money. It means purely money, and what that means, and actually just money. When actually value can be anything. It's anything of importance. Value, it's up to you what you place that value on. Some people put their utmost importance in their life on their car, on their house. I'm not saying that those things are evil or not. They're sometimes necessary depending on the lifestyle we live. No, they're not inherently evil. But it's our priorities that, as a society, we need to reassess as a whole now to progress and evolve on Earth to what is actually valuable for all of our growth and evolution, not just one individual person. Because now we're starting to see that some things actually are not as valuable as we thought. Some things actually destroy the planet rather than, create value. Some things actually waste energy rather than give us productive energy. So now it's up to us to decide what those things are in life. Now, value, going back to what we associate value with, some of us only being money, we've got to look at the whole spectrum. Value, to live a fulfilled life, I'm learning now, it's about the full spectrum of success. Health, wealth, happiness, peace, love, all that good stuff. So that can mean a lot of things, not just paper money. Right? One of my favorite topics I like to talk about is the emotional bank balance, and how basically, at the end of the day, people do things, go to work, whatever, grind, so they can get a feeling, right? A feeling of good, satisfaction, peace, whatever. So we have to come back to our lifestyles, our jobs, actually adding to that feel good, adding to our emotional bank balance, or they're taking away from it. Emotion plays a big role in value. Now, another big key missing factor that folks sometimes understandably miss when talking about value, success, abundance, wealth is emotion. How does this make us feel? Now, in America, in the grind or die mentality of, you just have to work hard, and kill your health to be there, people think that often emotions can be added weight to us, that they can take away from our hard work that we want, from our emotional bank balance that we're looking to fill at the end of the day anyway. But I'm here to tell you that no, actually emotions are now an integral part into understanding how value works on a large level for the universe, for ourselves, for our family, etc. So how does this make us feel? Is we have to start asking ourselves, how does this job make me feel? This cubicle that I'm sitting in and saturating my energy with for 8 to 12 hours a day, right? That doesn't sound so good for our emotional self, does it? It sounds actually like, no, we're going to have to come home and now spend money to try to recover that health and damage that we placed on our body, right? Yeah, no thank you. So now learning to go forward and live a more purposeful life with more value, we have to start to see, how does this really make me feel in the long run? And how does this make my loved ones at home feel in the long run? We have to remind ourselves what is really important to us in life. It's happiness, it's peace, it's our inner knowing that everything's okay. So a big deciding factor that we also have to look at, a key missing link to help us understand if our life is really fulfilling us, serving our soul or not, is if it's driven by fear. Ask yourself, am I living this life, running this rat race because I'm afraid that, it's because I have no other way to make money on time, everybody else does it this way, you've got to eat to survive, but just some fear-based pattern associated with it. It can be oftentimes the reason why we're living a life that doesn't really feel like it has much purpose to us, that can be killing our health and our energy in the long term. Because, yeah, it's, I guess going back to feeling, emotion, and it's about how we are going to feel at the end of the day, in the long run. Are we, because it's about, again, how we spend our time throughout the day. It's not like we could just grind or die and then, okay, we'll just relax and recover when we retire. No, because you're going to kill your health and your energy in that process slowly by spending that time and focus in the presence of, in an environment that you're just going to out of a place of fear and not love and not passion, etc. We live in a universe governed by the law of attraction. Now, that means like attracts like. If we're feeling depressed, powerless, angry, like a prisoner to our job, then we're going to attract more of that sensation. It's not going to be, we're not going to attract more of exact scenarios or people or whatever associated with it. It's going to be something associated with that feeling. Now, if you are like me and deciding that you're wanting to go forward from living in a place of fear now and just go to love, passion, inspiration, then realizes, yeah, you have to put fear out the door sometimes, and it doesn't actually serve us in the long run. It actually makes us run in a loop. I learned in my journey. It's a comfort zone. It's not an investment. Now, living from a place of love and inspiration takes a bit of a leap of faith sometimes, but I can promise you, the more that you do that, the easier it gets, and the more natural it becomes. Because living in fear just keeps you locked in a cycle of other fear-associated things. So remember, it comes back to us. You are allowed to decide what you can do with your life, not society. You are allowed to decide what you consider valuable. You can decide what's considered hard work. Okay? Because what I consider hard work, honestly, is working on myself, going within, seeing how can I be a better person. And now I'm also learning that it doesn't actually have to be hard. It used to be hard actually, so now knowing that I can create my own definitions, like I said earlier, and beliefs, it's actually becoming a more enjoyable process now, because I know when I work on myself, it clears the space and life just starts to feel better. Now, a big trap we have to realize is a lot of times we're telling people that, oh, we're such hard workers, we're grinding, yada yada yada, but we're actually destroying our health in the process. We're gonna have to do more work at the end of the day recovering our health. We're gonna have to spend all that money that you earned in that prison cell for 10 hours a day or whatever, recovering your health and your vibration and your energy and your happiness when you're retired. Now, when you're old, you're not going to have the energy to do all that. Your body's going to be decaying, your muscles and bones go into atrophy. So it's time to take care of our health now, live a purposeful life now, one that makes us happy when we're doing it now. Yes, there are jobs. We all have a purpose. Look up the concept in Japan. There's different cultures around the world that have different concepts on this, but Japan has a great one called ikigai, which means that we all came to life with a purpose that can help ourselves, that's loving for ourselves too, and our own soul, that's helpful and loving for one another. It's something that humanity needs, it's something that life needs, and it's something that's beneficial for the whole of humanity as well. So all of us, if we go in enough, have a toolkit that we can structure out and charge money for, that it can bring financial value, it can bring happiness in that form of value, because it's all numbers at the end of the day, and value systems. And it's what we choose to prioritize, what's the most valuable to us, and where we're going to put our time, energy, and focus. So now, what I've learned in the last few years is now I'm re-prioritizing my health and my vibration above, what kind of job I have, or whatever. And now that I make my health and happiness and vibration a priority, everything else falls into place to align with that. A job and a scenario that I can, help other people. That's something that I know how to do to help myself. That's why I became a personal trainer. That's why I became a wellness coach. That's why I'm making this video right now, because these perspectives, toolkits like exercise, meditation, and eating healthier all help me become a better person. So I learned that I can, put value on that. It's very valuable. It was the most valuable thing that happened to me in my life, was all these healthy changes that I'd made. Not all those dollar bills that I tried to acquire doing something that wasn't great for my health. I ended up by spending time away from work, having to recover my health and really find myself actually now, so I could do something purposeful that actually makes enough money. I'm able to have a little bit more money than I used to have at the end of the day. I'm able to be happy, feel fulfilled, and live a really life that starts to feel more and more effortless. Hard work doesn't mean it needs to take a ton of effort or pressure on you. Actually, no. Depends on how you master your craft. But again, it comes down to looking within. To summarize this video, it comes down to looking within, throwing fear out the window for a bit, not letting that be in the driver's seat of our decisions, realizing that we can define what we consider work and value, not society. That actually realizing that if we go within enough, we actually have a good toolkit that we've learned through our own life experiences. That if sometimes it takes a little time, research, effort, and exploring to find our purpose. It doesn't happen overnight. But if you make the intention to do that, you will find something that better serves your soul. You didn't come here to grind and die in an office cubicle or do a job that you don't like just out of fear. I promise. You're a multidimensional being having a human experience. You're pure energy. You're pure life force. You're here to thrive. You're here to bring peace on the earth. We're living on a really impactful time on the planet right now, actually. So this is why I'm also helping deliver these messages, because it's time for humanity to wake up and realize that no, life is supposed to be about fulfillment. It's supposed to be about love. It's supposed to be about happiness and freedom. It's about upliftment of one another. It's not about just living for tomorrow. It's not about just grinding and living in pain. It's a personal choice. We live in a universe of freedom and free will, actually. It's up to us at the end of the day. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure from society. Trust me, I know it. There's pressure from our parents. There's pressure from our co-workers to do this and live this kind of lifestyle, and that's the only way. Sorry, no. Again, you can take a step back from all that, go within, reconnect with yourself. Again, it takes reconnecting with ourself, finding what our values really are, our priorities, realigning some things, changing some beliefs that we have associated with work and pressure, and that's okay. The biology of belief, Dr. Bruce Lipton, look it up. We have a choice. Some of our beliefs can be limiting our success and our happiness, and some, can actually help those things flower. Some of our beliefs can help us bring peace to ourselves and happiness finally. So a question that I'm going to leave you folks today is, am I living a purposeful life? Do I feel like my life is creating energy, creating value for myself and my family and life, or do you feel like it's draining you? Because that's, what it comes down to. Is this lifestyle draining me? And don't just think about the money. Think about your energy, your happiness. Or is it sparking a light inside of you? Is it giving you energy? Is it making you want to get up early? Is it, making you want to be happy? Are you not feeling like you have to go home and drink a bottle of wine every day to hide from your job? That's another key factor that you should ask yourself. Am I having to numb myself from my own lifestyle, my jobs? That's what I learned, being an ex-addict, a smoker and a heroin addict. I realized that I had to numb myself from a lifestyle that I was trying to pretend. But I finally became free of all of that when I realized that I had to change my environment a bit. I had to change my lifestyle, change my happiness, and change my job. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope this, benefited somebody in some positive way. Take care and have a great afternoon. Peace.